Going down like this.
The Ellington Jazz Club is holding a range of events in conjunction with the Winter Arts Series. Firstly, starting in July 23rd to 25th with Jazz in the City, which features a range of performers, both local and international. So that kicks off on the Friday evening with my trio, the Graham Wood Trio, and then guesting with a special singer, Ali Bodycoat, fantastic local singer. On the Saturday, we're really lucky to have a visiting artist who's from Perth originally, but now lives in New York, I believe. Matthew Jodrell. He's just completed his Masters at Juilliard, and he's back in Perth, so he's going to be performing on the Saturday afternoon, as well as another set by another fantastic singer called Shelley Addison. And then Jazz in the City rounds off on Sunday afternoon with another expat, I guess, returning to our shores. Troy Roberts is performing. He currently lectures at the University of Miami, another fantastic graduate of WAAPA and great jazz saxophone player. And as well on the Sunday afternoon will be the West Australian Youth Jazz Orchestra, which I guess for a lot of musicians, jazz musicians in Perth is where it all began, myself included. Most of us came up through West Australian Youth Jazz Orchestra, so you'll be able to see the new generation of jazz talent coming through as well. In Jazz in the City, you will see a number of WAAPA students performing, obviously with Wajo, but there will be WAAPA, either students or recent graduates, performing all throughout the weekend. So check that out. It's an amazing breeding ground for jazz and the whole range of arts talents that we have here at WAAPA. In terms of what you'll see throughout the weekend, I think that it relates to WAAPA in that most people have come through WAAPA and are still associated in some way, either as students, recent graduates, maybe doing a little bit of part-time teaching or full-time lecturing. So there's kind of a whole community that exists around WAAPA and the jazz program here. The first one I'd like to talk about is George Garzone, or Garzone if you like. He's an Italian American saxophone player, one of the finest saxophone players in the world, and we're really very fortunate to have him performing at the Ellington as part of the Winter Arts Series. He's on the 26th to the 28th of August, and he'll be performing 3 nights with a local group, including myself and Jamie Ollers, who's a fantastic saxophone player. So George is really absolutely top shelf. You don't get much better than that in terms of saxophone players in the world, in terms of respected jazz musicians. He's really the pinnacle. So it's great to have him headlining, at the Ellington and also as part of the Winter Arts Series. The next one I'd like to talk about is, of course, Paul Grabowski. Most of you probably remember him from the Steve Vizard show as the Count Paul Grabowski. Obviously, that was a fairly commercial outing for him. He's a very serious and very well-respected musician, probably one of the leading Australian musicians, not just jazz musicians, but all around. He's a phenomenal pianist. He's a phenomenal composer. He's written for screen. He's written for orchestral. He's written for numerous settings. He's the artistic director of the Australian Art Orchestra, and he's going to be headlining at the Ellington on the 19th to 21st of August. So that'll be a great 3 nights. Once again, he's performing with local artists. He's performing with a range of players across the 3 nights. I think the Thursday night he's playing in a quartet format, and then a sextet format on the Friday and Saturday night. So check out Paul Grabowski. He's really an amazing musician. The next artist is another expat Perth singer, actually. Many of you who are from a slightly older generation may remember her from a band called the Sweet Blue Midnights. Her name's Beck Sanderson, and she's been off the scene in Perth for about 10 years now, but certainly not off the music scene. She's been living in Edinburgh, and this is actually her first trip back to Perth in 10 years. She hasn't been back once, so this is her this is her first return and first chance for all of those people who used to follow back in the Sweet Blue Midnights to hear her perform. She'll be at the Ellington Jazz Club as part of the Winter Arts series from the 16th to the 17th of July. She's doing 2 nights only, so that's going to be a great show, and book quick because it's almost sold out. She's a very popular singer and has a huge following in Perth, so definitely don't miss that one. Following on from that, we have 2 visiting artists, one from Queensland, and one from the UK. Ingrid James is a fantastic singer from Brisbane, and Trudy Kerr is another wonderful singer, expat Australian living in the UK for about 10 years as well, and they're going to be performing together on the 6th and 7th of August at the Ellington Jazz Club. So they'll be performing a range of duets and also solo numbers, and really 2 fantastic singers, really well accomplished singers in their own right, but seeing 2 for the price of 1, I guess, at the Ellington on those 2 nights. Definitely having a venue that's dedicated to jazz has really helped. Not only the musicians to have somewhere great to play, but for audiences to know firstly where to go and to be assured of getting quality music and a comfortable environment, and to enjoy and relax and have a drink, and as well as enjoy the music. I think that makes a big difference rather than having a more of an ad hoc scene where there's a little bit going on here, a little bit on this night, and you have to really be in the know to know when the nights are, when the good nights are, what's going to be working well on that night, which bands are the best. You have to have a little bit more inside knowledge, whereas hopefully I guess it's a bit more like a one-stop shop at the Ellington. You can go there and be assured of quality music. We do have a range of music. It's not just straight ahead jazz. We do program a range of different styles of music, but one thing we always do guarantee is the absolute highest quality in music. So if you come to the Ellington, then that's what we can assure you.